Picture this, you're sitting at a cramped desk in a tiny, cluttered San Francisco apartment. Jason Fried and David Heinemeier Hansen, two scrappy developers, just launched a simple project management tool called Basecamp. No investors, no flashy business plan, just guts and code. Overnight, their modest startup starts generating steady income. But here's the kicker. They didn't dress it up with endless meetings or drowning in paperwork. In fact, they swore off traditional business wisdom. What if all the advice we cling to about startups is actually slowing us down? Hold that thought. Everyone tells you a business plan is your golden ticket. But Jason and David smashed that myth hard. What if planning too much actually wastes time and kills momentum? Back in 2004, Jason and David never wrote a formal business plan before building Basecamp. Instead, they launched a working product, learned from real users, and adapted fast. They discovered that long plans just gathered dust while the real work, the actual software, progressed. Turns out, plans don't survive the battlefield of reality. So why waste months drafting one? This brutal truth flips your startup playbook upside down. Think of planning like trying to map the ocean before you sail. You could spend days guessing currents and winds, or just set sail with a compass and adjust as you go. Rework calls planning guessing dressed up in fancy suits. The trick, ditch the guesses, focus on working product and learning from every wave you hit. The magic unfolds when you accept imperfections and start now. Instead of chasing a perfect plan, you ship imperfect work, gather real feedback, and improve constantly. It's like planting seeds in spring rather than waiting for an imaginary perfect day. Your garden grows faster, and so does your business. Everyone's obsessed with spying on rivals. Jason and David took the opposite road. What if watching your competitors is just a distraction, even dangerous? Early Basecamp wasn't competing by matching features with big project management companies. Instead, Jason and David listened obsessively to their own users' pains, crafting something simpler and more delightful. Their competitors' growing list of features was a siren song tempting endless copying, but they resisted. This choice cultivated loyalty, not just market share, and it baffled industry watchers. Imagine chasing a shadow in a fast-moving desert. The more you focus on the shadow, the further it slips away. Rework argues that by obsessing on competitors, you lose sight of what really matters, your customers' struggles and needs. Focus there, and you discover unique paths no one else can see. When you run after rivals, you burn energy and originality. Jason and David's strategy? Run your own race, set your pace. That means discovering what makes your product truly yours, not trimming after others. The payoff: happier customers and a business that lasts, not just one that survives. Think meetings are necessary evil? Jason and David would laugh, then show you how meetings are productivity vampires, draining time, morale, and results. What if your calendar's the enemy of real work? At 37 Signals, the company behind Basecamp, Jason and David famously cut off meetings cold turkey. Instead of sitting in endless huddles, they focused on asynchronous communication, fast, respectful emails. The result? A culture where heads-down focus replaced office chit-chat. The surprise: productivity skyrocketed and ideas flowed freely without conference room interruptions. Meetings are like annoying traffic jams on your brain's highway. They force everyone to slow or stop, causing frustration and wasted energy. Emails, on the other hand, let information travel smoothly, letting people consume it and respond on their own time. This simple swap frees giant chunks of time for deep work. Without meetings hogging calendars, the culture transformed. People became more autonomous, trusted to get things done without constant supervision. The company ran lean but creative, proof that you don't need a war room or a big office to build something meaningful. Overnight success stories love glorifying sleepless grind. Jason and David call BS. What if working yourself to the bone isn't the path, but the pitfall to failure? The founders built Basecamp by working fewer hours, not more. They refused the culture of burnout that praises hustle till you drop. Instead, they focused on clear priorities, rested fully, and came back fresh. They proved that mistakes and infections crop up when you run on empty, not when you recharge properly. Imagine your brain like a smartphone battery. Run it flat and performance tanks, top it off regularly and it hums along. Rework teaches us to work smart, concentrating on high-leverage tasks, then taking firm breaks to recharge. That way, you protect your mental fuel for difficult problems, not trivial busy work. Setting clear boundaries, like no emails after 6 p.m. or taking weekends off, was radical for them. But their results: higher quality work and happier teams. Long-term workaholism doesn't build empires, it burns them down. Balance is the real power move. Flashy launches and massive marketing budgets are the usual startup dreams. Jason and David flipped that script, shipping early and small beats flashy and late every time. But why? When Basecamp first launched, it was a barebones, stripped-down tool, just the core features needed to manage projects effectively. Jason and David resisted the urge to add bells and whistles, opting to start small to test if customers actually wanted what they built. This minimalism uncovered real demand and real problems fast, which no big launch could mimic. Shipping early is like throwing a pebble into the pond instead of a boulder. That ripple of feedback and learning teaches you faster than endless tweaking behind closed doors. Perfection paralysis is the enemy, turning creators into procrastinators. Rework urges: ship, observe, iterate, move fast, or get stuck forever. Each small shipment isn't just a release. It's a victory lap signaling progress to you and your users. These wins build momentum, confidence, and growth. Big, flashy launches might gather attention, but that slow drip of small wins creates durable customer loyalty and sustainable business growth. Remember that cramped San Francisco apartment? Jason and David didn't have a fancy plan, a massive office, or a horde of investors. They had a stubborn belief that less is more, that action shames excuses. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or the ideal plan. Start where you are, ship what you have, and tweak as you go. Try banning meetings for a day, ditch spying on competitors, and carve out real rest time, then watch how your work changes. Rework challenges you to be ruthlessly simple, and that's how you win. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.